Hi. It's a Monday in August and we're off, so there's only one Monday in August you could be off for a public holiday. So here's your reading today. It's problem solution. It's just 2 rows. Your problem at the top, 3 cards, past, present, future, and then the solution of those problems, past, present, future at the bottom. My name's Tristan. It's my channel Midnight Fish. As you can hear, I've only just recently woken up. I didn't do much drinking this weekend. I had 4 beers, which is quite moderate, I think. I know most people probably recovering from their silly Sundays today, aren't they? That's what you call it, silly Sunday. Anyway, some people don't get bank holidays because they work in the service industry or they're doctors or in the military. So have a thought for the people who can't be spending time with all their friends. I'm going to grab a card from my mum's deck and see what the message is today. Oh, 33. The key to your success. Near the person, the key means success. Overcoming oppression, you make some progress. So there's something about a key and it needing to be close to you, and when it's close to you, things are good, but when it's far away, kind of like your luck goes away, almost like a source of your luck and your courage and plans that go astray. Okay, so what's this key? Is it a person? Is it a way of thinking? Is it your magic socks? I mean, people have lucky things, don't they? It's my lucky ring, my lucky sock. A lot of sports people have that. Maybe it's a pen you write with. Who knows? Isn't it? I think you give objects luck because you view them as lucky, and so they become lucky because the thing observed changed. Isn't that physics? The thing you observe changes by your observation, and I think that must work on people too, right? But maybe some of us are more impressionable of other people's energy. Yeah, young people are impressionable. It's nice seeing them grow up and find their own ways. Oh, the nurse log, how lovely. And the solitary peak. Oh, tapping into someone quite still and standing in your power today. And you're and there's a sense of being, the nurse log is a tree that's fallen over and gives life to everything around it. Really important to keep forests healthy is to allow the dead trees to naturally break down into the soil. It's a circle of life. I mean, Lion King told us. Are you the nurse log? Are you something that sustains many people in your golden years? Or something that came down? Legacy, inheritance, and humility. When a dead tree finally falls, it begins to decompose in place, releasing its last nutrients back into the ground. Its body becomes a rich soil for the other seeds to take root, as the ridge of this nurse log becomes an ecosystem of its own, supporting the growth of numerous plants and other tree species over hundreds of years. The nurse log asks us this: what legacy will we leave behind once we die? How will you lay the foundations for others to grow from your wisdom and successes? And how do you want to be remembered? How do we want to be remembered, huh? Yeah, it's a good thing to ask yourself. I'm also really thinking about how there's recent science that talks about how it's possible that mushroom mycelium in the soil connects trees together and all the plants in the soil like an internet where they can share information, which I think is just fucking mind-blowing when you really think about it. And that even when a tree dies, it becomes like a hub almost for where communication spreads out from. So if its roots are left in the ground. And I wonder if a similar thing happens to a nurse log, but it's almost like the trees in the spirit realm, you know? Like Obi-Wan Kenobi when he shines in Star Wars. So that's, I don't know why it's made me think of that. That's quite interesting. 18, the solitary peak. Independence, self-confidence, and grandiosity. This card reveals the power of a lone mountain peak standing tall, ruling over its domain as a symbol of independent spirit. We all strive to be strong and self-sufficient, and we all have it within us to be a solitary peak in many aspects of our life. Now is a good time to honor your efforts, celebrate your achievements, and bask in your own majesty. Those are two pretty cool cards. I think I'm going to have a really nice reading today. Enjoyable. Yeah, so what you're leaving behind, and maybe you're a figure that stands on their own, seen by many, very independent. Yeah, and like maybe just pat yourself on the back for what you've achieved, you know. Yeah, because you keep doing it. I mean, if you're a heart surgeon and you do a successful heart transplant, you probably get lots of praise and stuff and well done and you feel good, and then you go on to do another, what, I don't know, how many do they do in a year? They're very busy. I don't know anything about surgeons. I guess after 50, you know, you still feel congratulated. The congratulation is in that you kept doing it, that you didn't stop, that you continued on your journey and you did these amazing things. It's not so much in the doing of the thing as engaging in the whole of it. Yeah, I don't know, I'm blathering on. I'm using the Bosch deck today, clarifying with the Thoth deck. I can never pronounce it. It's two teeth. I should have made myself another coffee. So, what's the problem then? What's going on? Oh, hello, flipping it. All right, calm down, calm down. King of Swords, powerful person, a teacher, and harsh lessons. Is that you? Are you a King of Swords? Disappointment, failed attempt, and struggle. Harsh lessons. She can whip you. I think I'm scared. Okay, so that's either somebody in your life or it's you. Are you giving people harsh lessons? Going around with your crop. What was it? Cane. They used to use it in school. I remember being smacked with a ruler. Anyway. The surgeon. Very cool. Health, removal of blockages and unnecessary worries. And then behind that Prince of Coins, charity, assistance, parenthood, fathers, children. So either you're helping people with their blockages, their mental health issues, or you're working through your own things, or there's something going on with your health. I mean, that is a possibility as well. It does talk about health. I mean, in the picture, they're literally doing brain surgery, right? I was just talking about surgery. He's got a tin cap on. I don't think I trust him, right? But interestingly enough, they did these they used to find like old skulls that would have holes in them, and it's where a procedure called trepanning was done, where they would, if you had an injury and you had like swelling in the brain and people knew, it was like they would have done the hole where the injury to the head was. You drill into the skull and you release pressure, basically. Which is extremely dangerous. But there's evidence of them doing it. I don't know if it's gone back as Stone Age times. And they reckon that the reason why they didn't die always of, because it was the way the skulls had healed, show that whoever it was that had this hole gouged into their skull, into their brain, and then released the pressure, survived the operation, because they'd see how the bones had healed and that the person had lived past the initial injury. And I think it's because they used flint tools, and so when you break open a flintstone, it's 100% antiseptic, and that's why there was no infection, which is very interesting. Because when trepanning's been done after that, maybe like, I think it was in the 1600s, I'm not sure, but when past surgeons, like medieval surgeons, attempted it, they didn't always knew about sterilization and stuff, and so people would often just die of infection afterwards, which is fascinating when you think about it. Anyway, blathering on. On the top row, we've got 3 cards for the problem: past, present, future. We got Sin of Envy, Ace of Birds, and the Christ Child. Okay, and then in the solution, we got Queen of Vessels, Sin of Gluttony, and Baron of Berries. So we'll look at the past first. So in the past, you've had this problem of the sin of envy. Yeah, give a dog a bone. The two dogs yapping over the bone. The lady in the cage, which is quite strange. Unhappiness, seeking change and discontent. So I'm not sure if this is you or people around you. Envy can be something you have or something that's directed at you. Okay. And then it says the solution you used was this Queen of Vessels, Queen of Cups, which in this book is gambling, never satisfied, female lust. So it's kind of like you just went, fuck it, I'm going to go for a party. And you had a good time. You just went out and had a good time. Queen of Cups. Yeah, maybe you took a gamble on something. You weren't satisfied with what was being given you, something like that. Yeah. I don't think it's not like in a bad sense. She's balancing the dice, even though she's got the candle. She looks like she's about to set her nipples on fire. Should be quite an impressive feat. So what was this envy about? Unhappiness, seeking change, discontent. Kind of, were you bored and you looked at other people's lives and thought you had to change your own? Or were people being envious of you and so you were just sort of... It's not nice to be envied, really. I don't like it. I know some people might chase that because who doesn't want to be envied, right? I always think it's better if everybody finds their own happiness without having to compare it to others. It's found within you. Yeah. 4, completion. Yeah, 4 wands. Yeah, so it's found within you. It's 8 of Cups, indolence. 8 Cups, indolence. A very strange card to get with that. King of Swords. Sorry, I'm just mumbling to myself, guys. So 2 of Wands. Yeah, you wanted something new because you don't like the situation. Art. I'm just going to grab my little bookie book. I think that's Temperance. But they call it art in this one, which I think is quite cool. Yeah. There's nothing worse than listening to somebody fumble through their notes because, you know. Yeah, alchemy. Yeah. Lovers. Royal marriage. Yeah. So you try to alchemize the situation, perhaps. Yeah, so, I mean, sometimes I guess if you want change, you'd have to be patient. So you use some sort of patience, sort of a alchemy going on, but wanting a new place to call home, perhaps, or maybe protecting your home. People envious of your home, of the dominion you have in your field. I'm not sure. Jealousy and envy. Yeah. Maybe if I look a bit more into this Queen of Cups. 2 Wands is new beginnings. So maybe because you were envious of the freedom other people had around you or what other people had around you, you've looked to start anew. It's taken a lot of patience and maybe you didn't have patience. Is that the nature of envy, is looking at other people and seeing that they have what you want, but you haven't got it yet? Yeah, it could be that. And that could be why people are envious of you as well. Because patience is very much about waiting, isn't it? Yeah, so Ace of Cups. Yeah, so there's the Queen of Cups and here we have the Ace of Cups, and behind that death, something ends. You maybe just something here. Okay, so it's about being happy. This is 9 of Cups, and this is the Eon, the world. Is it the world? The little book. Just had it. 20, God, 20. Sorry, guys. Me and my Roman numerals, man. Yeah, Last Judgment, yeah. All right, yeah. So it looks like it kind of has a feeling of somebody who's just gone out and found what they like, what makes them happy. you didn't want to be in this position of envious of other people having something that you didn't have. Because you kind of know that it can make you feel like these folks in this little home, they kind of look like, you know, it's like being caged almost when others are envious of you. Or if you're envious of others, it must be, I imagine it's quite strange. Imagine if many people were envious of you, but you were envious of some people who had things that were completely different to you. Yeah. It's kind of like that whole thing where they do people swap in films, you know, like The Prince and the Pauper or whatever. Both get to see the sides of each other's lives. Yeah. But you definitely started something. It was quite patient, and you've gone out and just had a good time looking for your fulfillment, making judgments on what people you want in your life, what things you want in your life, where your happiness is. 9 cups is lovely, and this is just continuous overflowing happiness that generates itself. If you set things up enough in your life that every aspect of your life gives you some sort of love, you know, happiness. That's pretty cool. I like it. So at present, your problem is the Ace of Birds. Family, multitasking, and togetherness. So is there a lot going on? Yeah. You're unable to get everyone to work together coherently. It's almost like they're flying through the spiral and you're like, no, fly that way towards the castle, maybe. Ace of Birds. So if there's maybe some ructions in the family, you're having to do a lot of different tasks. Strangely enough, the solution is apparently food, eating, consumption, and cooking. It says the sin of gluttony, but I'm not getting the sin. I think maybe you just need to have a big family meal. But it's really strange when it gives me something that's so easily. It's just like, well, that's, you know, there's issues of the family. Best things are sorted out around the dinner table, aren't they? We used to sit around the dinner table when I was growing up. But then they started making houses much smaller and smaller. Or we got moved into smaller places and you don't really have a dinner table because, you know, none of room. Yeah. Breakfast bars are nice. My gran had a little breakfast nook in her kitchen. They're quite cute. It's like being in a little cafe. Oh, I've got a jumper. Anyway, so yeah, something about a decision, peace. You're looking to find some peace. About an Empress. Or a new beginning, a creative project, perhaps something you're birthing. You're trying to find peace about something you're birthing, and it's quite strange because, yeah, we have the Christ child as your problem in the future. So something you're birthing is causing a ruction in your family and is having an impact on how together you feel and how you can all work together and multitask. Things are happening very quickly. Ace of Swords, there's a truth. And a Princess, a Page of Cups, some sort of love offer or message, a message of love. Trying to move it quickly. You're trying to like make peace in your family. Definitely, it's all moving very quickly. An Emperor. Oh, okay. And a High Priestess. Okay, so this is either about somebody in your life that's an Emperor and somebody that's like a High Priestess. So that's somebody who's in complete control. The Emperor rules his domain. Of course, he's nothing without an Empress, but he's using a High Priestess. So this is perhaps somebody close to him that's also very intuitive. The High Priestess has hidden knowledge. She uses her gut feelings. She knows things that she shouldn't. So maybe these two people, is that what you're trying to get them to work together? Could be two people in your life that aren't working together, or it could be two people in your life that are clashing with you. Or you're this Emperor and you like things to be the way you like them to be. Yeah. Could be anything. I mean, if it's got to do with family arguments and stuff, I'm not even going to try. There's like 50 million different like variations of maybe you're arguing with your sister. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, whatever it is happening quickly. There's a lot of communication. But you're having a hard time working together. So this might be about not wanting everything your own way, like 100%. You could give some, you know, you can sort of be a bit more flexible, perhaps more intuitive, perhaps. Not sure. Saying the solution is just to go have a meal together, have a chat, take everyone out for lunch. I don't know. And tell them you can't leave. Lock them up in a room with like a big table buffet, and no one can leave until the situation is solved. Yeah. You could set it up like one of those, what is it? What film is it where he says, let's play a game? Oh, my memory's shot this morning. Oh, let's play a game. Saw, yeah. You know, I think there's like 10 of them now. But maybe not like actual threat of death, just indigestion. Okay. Yeah, okay, disappointment. Okay, so there's some chat that needs to happen very carefully. You need to be prudent about how you talk about this. There's a victory. There needs to be some prudence and virtue to talk about whatever disappointment there is. There's some sort of disappointment, obviously, to do, and maybe that's what's caused this. But in this deck, it's about moving on from disappointment. So maybe a good meal and a chat and everyone putting their cards on the table. And you can then get past this failure. So we've got 7 discs and a Page of Wands. Okay, some sort of disappointment, something failed. Maybe the timing was wrong. Maybe the investment was wrong. And I'm not sure if it was in a person. A Page of Wands, somebody fiery and young. Very fiery and young, ready to go on that chariot. That lion looks a bit scared. Or a new idea, or maybe you have a new idea that might help move it past this disappointment and failure. So yeah, there's definitely a Page of Wands energy, which indicates maybe a new beginning is possible after you discuss the disappointment and failure and move past it. Yeah. Interesting. Right. So in the future, it says your problem is the Christ child. Birth, children, learning, and new beginnings. Is this an actual baby? Do you know someone's pregnant? Are you pregnant? Could be possible. I can't remember what the Christ child was exactly. I get the idea of birth. So it's like Jesus, basically. X1X, let's see. Yeah. The Christ child is similar to the traditional card, the Sun. Okay. But without the exuberance. Here, a young child is learning how to walk by using a kind of antiquated baby walker. Bosch utilized this image on the reverse side of the painting, Christ carrying the cross. The contrast is both obvious and surprising. Yeah, because he's not carrying a cross. Yeah. Usually, Jesus is depicted as an infant in arms or as an adult in the act of ministering all the various stages of crucifixion. Showing Christ learning a basic skill such as walking was meant to highlight his mortal and human attributes and set the stage for his later struggles bearing the cross. The child pictured on this card, while possessing the potential for greatness, must take some baby steps first. The message is clear. We all have lessons to learn, no matter how advanced, skilled, or knowledgeable we might be. So this is either you in the future learning something new, or you're teaching somebody young who doesn't even know how to walk. Yeah. It's like a snapshot of Jesus when he was a baby. Like, one day I'm going to be crucified. Anyway, a solution is barren of berries, ambition at any cost, desire, and broken promises. So it's kind of like, I guess, if you're right at the beginning of something, you just got to keep going. You might have to break some promises. I've spoken about this before, and sometimes that's just the way life is. Yeah. I find it odd sometimes people might force you into a promise. It's like when people say in relationships, don't ever leave me, promise you'll never leave me. And you're like, yes. And you think, but one day I might die before you. It's, you know, unless we're promising to see each other in the afterlife, it's a bit rough, isn't it? You should always be careful who you make promises to, like real promises. But yeah, so it looks like you're just going to keep forging ahead, and that's the solution, not to let baby steps hold you back. Don't let baby steps hold you back. Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups has come back out. Perhaps this is a Page of Cups that you're working with, or you're trying to get past Page of Cups energy. I don't know. Pleasure. All right, so the Christ child. Is this a person or is it the viewer? Something within the viewer, or something that they're birthing themselves, a small project. Maybe it's so unlike anything you've ever done before, you don't really know how to do it, even though you've probably got lots of experience in the field. I don't know. Let's see. The Chariot, something that needs to move very quickly towards pleasure. Something that needs to move very, very quickly. Whew. 10 Swords. And then Valor. God. I don't know here if it's talking about the dangers of rushing. Yeah, so like if you're taking baby steps and you're getting impatient and you just want to start running, you're gonna fall flat on your face. You got a walker for a reason in this picture. He's still learning. And here we have the Chariot energy, which indicates that you want to move quickly. But you can't. So fight the urge to want to move really quickly, because it will just lead to failure. And keep 7 Wands energy within you. So just maintain a level that you're comfortable with, where you don't feel like you're being, as you do, laughed at because you're taking baby steps and you fall over. I don't know. Just maintain a sense of valor, I guess. And Knight isn't erratic and running in a chariot, but he's, you know, just sort of doing his duty. I don't know. 7 Wands. Yeah, just maintain that sense of even keel, perhaps. Like 7 Wands is like there's been some sort of opposition and trying to knock you off where you stand, but just maintain a comfortable position. You don't have to get on your chariot and go crazy and then fall on your face, because you're still taking baby steps. So it says the solution is Barret of Berries, ambition at any cost, desire, broken promises. So, you know, that baby's got to really want to walk and then run and then, you know, fly. So long journeys start with one step, don't they? Just kind of got to put your head down. Don't think about how far you got to go. Sometimes, occasionally, just look back at how far you come. I mean, that's always helpful. Yeah. But you have to be really focused. Change and oppression. Yes. Okay, so this journey is going to put a lot of burden, but it's leading to wealth. There's some interference there, but it's going to cause a bit of change in your life. Don't worry about it too much. 5 Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Yeah. All right. So it's going to cause a bit of worry. Sometimes when we break promises, it does put us out in the cold with people. Luckily, if you break a promise to yourself, you can always forgive yourself. That's the nice thing about it. You can be the kindest person to yourself. Obviously, chasing something so bright, you've got the Ace of Wands here, 5 Pentacles and Ace of Wands. It's going to change your life a lot. It's going to put burdens on you. But, you know, the risk of being in 5 Pentacles, so losing a bit, I think it's worth it if it means you get an Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a fiery new start to whatever it is you're taking these baby steps towards. But it will change your life, and it will put on some burden on you. There will be a bit of oppression. But Five Pentacles is pretty easy to get out of. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at the Surgeon. I wonder if this is mental stuff or health stuff. Maybe you should have a trip to the doctor. I don't really like telling people that because people worry enough about their health as it is. It's just the same as I don't like telling people, oh, somebody might burgle your house. You know what I mean? Like, what? Yeah, I don't want to... When you put thoughts in people's heads, they start to worry about it, and then they start to attract it. I mean, maybe if you live in a place where there's high crime, but there's crime everywhere. This looks like something about using logic. Okay, Science, Six Swords has come out. Moving on from painful things. So something painful or disturbing happened. Yeah, something very disturbing's happened to you. Something Seven Swordsy to do with the Page of Cups. Again with this page. This Page of Cups is somebody, a weird fish dude. Yeah, Four Wands. Celebration. So trying to use logic, maybe to get over some sort of mental anguish. All right, can we just focus on this flipping heck? Gets a bit talkative right at the end. All right. Something about a truth. Yeah, we got Ace of Wands has come out again. Something about a truth. We got Ace of Pentacles and the Hermit. Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Things. Lots of things happening that made you go inwards to think a lot about some sort of offer. But there's a truth that's maybe caused some anguish. Or revealed work you had to do on yourself. Knight of Wands. Eight of Cups. This is either a force within yourself. So a Knight of Wands force, which is... Knight of Wands is exciting and charismatic. They go out, get things done, start things. You know, he's fire on a horse. He's got his fiery wand. Here we have the wand again. This could be a force in yourself or somebody in your life, and you've walked away from it, and you've done so with basically using mental ways of getting over your anguish. Definitely again, anguish. Yeah. Indolence. And you kind of get a bit of like Knight of Wands can be a bit indolent. Just somebody who was just being reckless in your life, caused you a lot of pain, anguish. You've had to walk away from them, or this aspect of yourself. Right. I'm going to do a what should the viewer do? What should the viewer do? What should you do? See what the Bosch deck has to say. Right, 3 cards and a bottom card. I wonder what we'll talk about. Maybe this new thing you've got going. So you're either starting something, learning something new for yourself that's so different from what you've done before that you feel like you're having to take these baby steps. You definitely want to achieve it. Like, you'll do anything. Even if it causes you 5 pentacles, you want that wand. You want to wield that wand. Yeah. Drunkenness, carousing, moderation, Baron of Vessels, defeat, cowardliness, injury under that. And then some pause. Almost looks like what happens after a night out. Here we have somebody getting very, very merry. Waking up with the worst hangover in the world, spending the rest of the day in contemplation. So, did you go out drinking? I mean, it is the bank holiday weekend, you know, it's the last of summer. Autumn's on its way, that means Halloween. We've got the Baron of Birds, Page of Skates, and the King of Swords again. Wow, the King of Swords have come back. looks like some, oh, it's almost like a sober person party pooping, or not party pooping, like breaking up a party, basically, where some bad stuff's been going on, basically, right? Maybe people have drunk too much of the Kool-Aid. And there needs to be some moderation. It looks like you're coming in to deliver that moderation, because we've got Baron of Birds, theft, concealment, running away. And this is about getting away with stuff. This bird's dead. Something was injured. The little baby bird. And the Page of Skates, disappointment, failed attempt, struggle. There's been some struggle. And it really, whatever's gone on has disappointed you, because you've had to help people up the ice, basically, it seems. And now you're like coming around with your crop and going, what the fuck's going on? Powerful teacher. Harsh lessons. So it looks like you're delivering very harsh lessons. And maybe it's saying that that's what you should do. I mean, don't let people drown. But if people getting a bit over enthusiastic about the Kool-Aid, looks like you're just bringing some reality to the situation, whatever it is. I don't know what situation this is. I can't even connect it to the reading. Sin of envy. It might be to do with this discord here with the Emperor and the High Priestess. This might be two people in your life that are arguing. I don't know. I don't clarify further than that. Yeah. Like a wedding crasher, you know, the party crasher. You're like, what the flick is going on here? Don't know why I'm not swearing either. Maybe you're so angry you can't even swear. Do you ever get that angry where you just can't, the word fuck just doesn't do. The words I'm very disappointed, like they're even not, well, when you get so angry you can't even talk, you can just grab your crop, or what is it, cane, like a teacher with a cane, whipping some people's ass, huh? All right. Okay, gonna take one more card from the Magical Oracle deck. See what it has to say. All right. Review current patterns of behavior. Okay, yeah. What's this card called? Busy bee. Yeah, busy bee. Let go of past fears. Okay, that's always a good message. Matters are out of your hands. Very strange, because it seems like here you're taking matters very much in your hands. No action needed. So maybe it's telling you not to. Yeah. Either that, or you've been caught and somebody's giving you lessons, but I don't get that vibe. I feel like you want to be this person that's going around telling people. Yeah, but I mean, the vibe of the reading is that you should all sit down and eat dinner together and maybe talk. Don't. I suppose once you complete that action of whoever it is that's been leading you to make you want to get your cane, after that you just need to take your list off and then you're done. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's my reading today. Hope you've had a good time. Thanks for watching and listening. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a good day. I'm off because it's Bank Holiday Monday. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.